Hi everybody, I'm Miss Nicole. I am the Collections Development Manager here at the Hoboken Public Library, and I also run the Knitting Club here. And I'm very excited to announce that starting this month, the month of February, I will be doing knitting tutorials on YouTube for the library for a specific project every single month. So you can go back, you can refer to the video, and then you can make your own projects right at home. Registration for this is required, so I know how many takeaway kits to make every month. You can pick them up either at the main branch or at the Grand Street branch at your convenience. This month we're going to be making cozy winter headbands to keep our ears warm from the cold. So let's get started. So in every kit there's going to be the following materials. So all you need for this is one thing of wool, size 10 knitting needles, the instructions that'll also be included, a sewing needle or a regular needle, and a pair of regular scissors. Alright, so to get started with this project, we're going to start with casting on. Now casting on is the basic first step in any knitting project. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to make a loop. So I'm going to make a loop, one over the other, like you're tying your shoelace a loop. So I'm going to put that loop through like you're just tying a shoelace. So I'm going to take this and make another loop through here, and then just pull, and so you're going to make that loop. Now I'm going to take this loop that I made and put it through the 10 size knitting needle. So now I'm going to tighten that up. So now I've got, this is literally the first step on here. So got my knitting needle, and now I'm going to cast on my first stitch. So the way I like to do this is I have two sides of yarn right here. One of the pieces of yarn is attached to the ball of yarn, and one is the extra loose side that we're going to use to cast on. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to make a triangle with my fingers, fold it down, go around the loop that's on my thumb, and then go around the loop that's on my pointer finger. And then last step, go through this new loop I made and tighten it up. So we'll do that one more time. So I'm making a triangle with my pointer finger and my thumb. Now I'm going to fold this down to make another triangle. Put the knitting needle through the loop on my thumb. Put the needle through my pointer finger, and then come down to that triangle on my thumb, and then pull everything tight. And that's casting on. Okay, so now we're going to show casting on from a different angle. So I know some people like to look at it from the perspective that they're going to be doing it from. So casting on, again, is the most basic thing you can do for knitting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a loop, just like you're tying your shoelace, just like so. And then I'm going to take the yarn, the extra yarn that's not attached to the ball, and put it through, again, just like you're tying your shoelace, and then pull it tight, just like that. And then I'm going to take my size 10 knitting needle, put it through the loop, and pull it tight. So now you've got a loop right on the knitting needle. Now, so for casting on, you take your non-dominant hand, in this case my left hand. So I'm going to make a triangle, and I'm going to fold the triangle down. I'm going to put my knitting needle through this new loop right here. Put the knitting needle around the loop that's on my pointer finger. Put the knitting needle through the loop that's on my thumb. And then pull both sides tight. So now you've got another loop. And do that one more time. So take this, make a triangle, fold it down, put the knitting needle in, put it around, go straight down, and then pull tight. And that is casting on. Okay, so now that you've cast on your 15 stitches, like it says in the instructions, we're going to start making our actual headband now. So the most basic stitches in knitting are called the knit stitch and the purl stitch. So for this, we're going to use both of those stitches. So for knitting, for the knit stitch, you take your knitting needle and you go behind. So you're going to go behind, take your yarn, go around, make a loop, and then take the needle and pull it through, and then pull it off. So you're going to have another loop on the opposite side. And then, and this is all the instructions, so don't worry, you're going to do the purl stitch, which is in the front. So you're going to come from the front with your knitting needle, make a loop, and then pull through, and then pull off. And that is the knit and the purl stitch. Okay, so now that you've cast on your 15 stitches as per the instructions that are included in your grab and go bag, you're going to need to know how to do the knit and the purl stitch. So the knit and the purl stitch are the most basic stitches in knitting, so you're going to use both of them for this headband. So for the knit stitch, you're going to take your right knitting needle and go through the back of the stitch, and then take the yarn that's attached to the ball of yarn, come around, make a loop, pull the yarn through, and then pull it off. So you have a loop now on your right knitting needle, like so. Now you're going to make a purl stitch, which is in the front. So you're going to come through the front with your knitting needle, like so. Wrap the yarn around, make a loop, and then pull it off onto the right needle. So one more time for the knit stitch, come around the back, make a loop, pull it through, and then pull it off, like so. And then for the purl stitch, knitting needles are getting slippery. Go through the front, make a loop, pull it through, and then pull it off. All right, so then you're going to keep going with this, the knit purl pattern until you make something that's about as big as your head. So after that, you're going to end up with a piece that looks something like this. So your piece is going to end up like this. You're going to have a long strip that looks like this. It looks very warm and cozy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold it in half, like so. So I'm going to match halfway, so about 7 stitches in, so it meets in the middle. So I'm going to take this half from the bottom and fold it over on itself. Then I'm going to take the top part and fold it down, so it looks something like this. And then I'm just going to sew with my needle, my extra yarn, just sew it all together like so. See? Easy. You just sew it, just do a simple running stitch, just sew it through the top, like this. And then once you're done, it's going to look something like this. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed making your comfy, cozy headband with me. Look for my next knitting tutorial for next month in March. I look forward to seeing you all there. Bye!